Let's turn our attention now to Abuja, where 128 kidnapped victims, including children, have regained freedom following operations of security forces. The National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, who handed them over to the Zamfara state government, says a cruel fate awaits terrorists except they turn a new leaf. Sifone Sen has more.
It's a breath of fresh air for these kidnapped victims who regained freedom at different times this month following the operations of security forces. 128 victims, including children, all from Kaura, Namoda local government area of Zamfara state, were held in deplorable conditions by armed groups.
Among the rescued batch, second batch, we lost one of the children due to illness, I think, and the fatigue he had faced in the kidnappers' camp. And additionally, one of the women that was rescued, had a premature birth. The child is presently in an incubator in the medical facility.
Abdullah Salisu says he was held for 42 days before the operation by security forces that led to his freedom from captivity.
I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to have regained freedom. I'm grateful to the federal government and to the National Security Advisor.
He and others are to be reunited with their families by the Zamfara state government. The National Security Advisor says the country is winning the war against threats to national security.
This work will continue. There will be no respite in our operations. There will be no safe haven for those who terrorize our citizens. We will hunt them, we will find them, and we will bring them to justice. Or they will meet the same fate as the many kingpins who have already been neutralized by our forces.
So far, the National Security Advisor has publicly handed over at least 283 kidnapped victims to their respective state governments this year. Sifone Sen, TVC News, Abuja.
Dennis Amakri is former assistant director at the DSS. He joins me live from New York for more on this development. Mr. Amakri, thank you so much for joining us. Sounds like good news that some of these individuals have been released. But beyond the joy of reunion, what does this operation reveal about the gaps in our intelligence and security architecture that allowed such abductions to have happened in the first place? I think you have to unmute your mic, Mr. Makri.
Thank you so much. This is good news indeed, because if you remember very well, we've been talking about, allowing these bandits to do whatever they like. But I think the security agencies now are right on their trail. And like the NSA had said, there will be no respite for those terrorists until they are out of the country. So I think kudos to all the security agencies that got involved in this matter.
Many kidnapped victims report lingering trauma even after such rescue. Should Nigeria's security strategy now begin to expand beyond rescue operations to include victim rehabilitation and perhaps long-term community safety?
Oh, yes. In fact, it is something that has been left out, because even during the kidnap period, when these victims are still with the kidnappers, is the time for the security agencies, or should I say the government, the appropriate arm of government, to link up with the families of these kidnapped victims and talk to them. And then, of course, support them until these people are released. And then when they are released, then we should be looking at taking them in for psychological examination, because definitely they will have post-traumatic syndrome disorder, because of what they've gone through in those places. Like the guy who said he has been there for 42 days. You can imagine being in a bush for 42 days and then, being released back into society. So, yes, PTSD is very, very necessary for these victims.
With kidnappers using forests and border routes as hideouts, what tactical shift would you recommend to security agencies to curb the cycle of abductions before they even happen?
Well, we have always advocated for state police, and it is a very, very good strategy to use. Because if you have state police, they will not just be in the state itself. We have 774 local governments areas in the country. All the local governments will also have their local government sheriffs. And then well-trained and well-armed, they will permeate all the ungoverned spaces that we have existing today. So I think one of the best solutions we can use is to actually go for the establishment of state police and local government sheriffs, so we can, give law enforcement presence to these areas where bandits reign supreme.
Former Assistant Director with the DSS, Dennis Amakri, thank you for talking to us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
And coming up on TVC News at 7, Benue State House of Assembly suspends former Speaker Aldona Dajo for 3 months. That's after this break. Stay with us.